if you're just joining us this hour, welcome. Hope your Wednesday is going well. Ours is just great this morning because we have our dear friend Pat Smith back with us this morning, talking all about Treasure You and this fantastic event that you have going on this weekend.
Yes.
Tell everyone what it is if they didn't see the last segment.
Well, we're basically, celebrating overcomers, and of course, Robin Roberts is, the epitome of an overcomer to all of us. And so we're celebrating her as well as some national overcomers and local women right here in our community. It is going to be, it's full.
And you surprised them this morning.
Yes.
And that's what I miss so much about your Treasure You segments here on the show is when you would surprise them. And
this would have gotten you, Lisa.
Aww.
And if you can pull it up later today, because really, these are real women who went through real hard and difficult challenges, but they have taken that pain and now they are turning it into passion and purpose, and they're rocking it out.
And what's great news about this event is you can live stream it. So treasureyou.org. Make sure you check it out.
1 to 3 on Saturday. Keep on your PJs. Don't get up. Keep your bonnet on if you wear a bonnet.
Get a cup of coffee.
Get a cup of coffee, some tea, and just sit and watch this with us and take it all in. And it'll make you really feel blessed about your life.
Inspired.
Yeah, it'll inspire you. And if you are going through something, it'll inspire you that you can get through it too.
And I always say it provides perspective.
Gives you perspective.
If they can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
I just love the work that you do there,
Are y'all
Pat.
coming?
You're just
I'll be there.
empowering women.
I can't wait.
I'm not sure if I'm coming.
I sent you an invite. I sent you and you.
I'm coming.
So we'll double check it.
I already reserved my ticket.
Okay.
Can we still reserve? Can we
Yes.
still? Okay.
I have holds for y'all because y'all are family.
Let's go together then.
I would love that.
It's 2 hours.
I'm going.
I know you're busy now. I know
I'm
you
going.
got a lot going on. But girl, I would love to have you there.
It is the work that you do, empowering women and all of us finding inspirational, power from the stories that you share. Men do some pretty inspirational things too, and I think right now what's going on with this gentleman, Eric Munoz. He is the one with the pregnant wife, who is being kept on life support in a hospital in Fort Worth at JPS Hospital. And it takes a lot what he's doing. He's now suing the hospital to take his wife off of life support. They were both worked as paramedics, and they had numerous conversations about what they wanted done in an instance like this. And she did not want to be kept alive on life support, and so he is suing them now.
And the issue is she's pregnant, and there's a Texas law that says you can't remove someone from life support if they're pregnant. And interestingly enough, I heard yesterday on the radio, one of the gentlemen who helped write this law, who I guess is now over at SMU, said he actually thinks the hospital is misinterpreting the law.
Yeah, because how long do you sit there with a dead person with a baby inside?
Right, because that's the point. She's dead.
She's dead. And the baby's, I think, what, 14 weeks?
20 weeks
14.
now, I think.
Now 20?
Yeah.
This is the deal. I just believe that we have the ability to tell our family members what our wishes are after death. We just lost our cousin recently who said, I want to be cremated. Killed us. She's 43 years old, but that was her wish. And he specifically said that his wife had told him, as well as other family members, that she did not want to be kept on life support. If something like this happened, let me go.
And their argument is who's fighting for the unborn child. And that's what the law is in place for, right?
And we always talk about small government, big government. At what point in time do your wishes no longer matter? And we've talked about this before. Who's paying for all this? And it'll be interesting to see what happens with this.
But I'm sure her wishes, when she said her wishes, I mean, I would never forecast my wishes to my husband and them be involved with me being pregnant. I mean, nobody can forecast that.
Would you feel differently if you were keeping her alive to keep your baby alive?
Well, I wonder that because, as a mother, you're just so protective of that womb and that baby.
But
I agree with you, Amy.
And you have babies, but at 14 weeks, when she
You're
first
young.
died,
It's an early baby.
It's a very slim chance that child is going to make it.
And we've talked about it. They're saying the baby probably lacked oxygen for a while. So
the child has a normal heartbeat, apparently. And here's what's interesting about the lawsuit, I think, and Don, you can shed light on this. The question is she dead? She is brain dead. And the law says a person is dead when, according to ordinary standards of medical practice, there is irreversible cessation of the person's spontaneous respiratory and circulatory functions. And it goes on to talk about artificial means of support, of life support. And I mean, it's pretty clear that according to the law, she is quote unquote dead.
Correct.
I just find it interesting that a hospital can tell this man, like, you're gonna, so let's, I'm hypothetically speaking right now. So they keep her alive through the entire time that the baby can be full term. And then now he's responsible for a baby for the rest of his life that is kind of a reminder of this horrible situation. I know that sounds kind of morbid to say, but maybe he doesn't want that reminder. Maybe he wants it all just to go at once. And who's to tell him you have to keep this woman alive for 20 more weeks or keep her on life support for 20 more weeks so that you can then have a child that stays alive for the rest of its life for 18 more years that you're responsible for. And maybe he doesn't want that responsibility.
Think about it. What if she had just tested pregnant? What if you were 5 days pregnant? You're talking potentially being kept on life support for...
But she wasn't.
But I'm saying it could happen.
Yeah.
Based on what they're doing, it could happen.
As a mother, I always go back to, what if that baby was born completely normal? How many people have had amniocentesis that came back, oh, your child has got Down syndrome, and it came back normal, and that baby was not born that way.
And it's true.
And so what if this baby is born, and this daddy gets to go on and raise this child, and it's an offspring of her beautiful or his beautiful mother,
which is awesome. But at the end of the day, it comes down to his wishes.
But maybe he doesn't want that chance. Maybe he doesn't want that.
Maybe he doesn't, but it's, you know, and I think what it says to people is when you let people know what your wishes are, make sure you're very specific, and especially in Texas.
So he had it written in a will.
She did. Even if it's written down, they're saying it doesn't matter.
Because there's a law.
If I were pregnant, then I still would like.
We don't know that. Do we know that? Are we assuming? We're making an assumption that she has not spoken about this since she was pregnant.
Based on all the details that have come out in reports.
Like if they had a will or some sort of legal document that had been drafted that says specifically in verbatim, if I was on life support while I was pregnant, please take me.
According to this law.
Texas law.
According to this law,
again, this is one of the cases where we just need to look at the laws again. And sometimes we just kind of randomly go through life not being politically involved and knowing what our senators and our congressmen are doing, but instead we need to be involved.
And you know what? If the law was reversed, this wouldn't be an issue.
It's being on paper till it happens.
It's an issue because he's wanting to not kill the baby, but he's wanting to take the wife and the baby off life support. But I bet if the law was reversed and he was fighting, going, no, I want to keep the baby on life support, and the law said, no, you have to take it off life support if the mother is deemed dead, I bet it would be a totally different situation.
But it's just like the girl that had the surgery on her throat, the 13-year, 12-year-old girl.
Tonsillectomy.
You know, it's completely similar case, but opposite wishes. And they're wanting to pull her off, and the parents are wanting to keep her alive.
Yeah, it is an interesting case. And
Tune in.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens in this court case, and it's just so sad that it comes to that. Okay, let's lighten things up a bit. Did you make a resolution to lose weight and eat healthy? Find out next how eating certain colors can keep your body and your mind healthy. Stay with us. More broadcast when we come back.